And she had asked, what does the Blue Collective have to share about their perspective and or understanding of purpose on neurodiversity?
I just want to hear more about your question. What do you mean?
About neurodiversity. Well, I guess context is I'm diagnosed myself, and pretty much everyone in my life has some, you know, has a diagnosis of something on the spectrum or ADHD or something.
Yeah.
And I just this morning, my thinking coming into this call, if it came up, there's just seems that there's a lot more diagnosis coming forward, which I think is really good. But I just think it's interesting timing that it's coming at this time of like massive shifts. So
Yes. They have
um,
they have
I
hold on.
don't think that's by accident, is my take on it. But I'm just curious as to, purpose and uh, I guess what is one thing and what is another, if that makes sense.
Neurodivergence is actually a misnomer. Although it is a useful word in human context, it is not exactly what is going on. It is more like neuroevolution. Those of you that are having, and in fact, it is probably the majority of those in this particular venue, would have someone tell them that they do not think like others. We can feel you internally nodding your heads, having been told that you do not think like others. What we would like to say about this is that, particularly in the land of things that you have labeled ADHD and all of its relatives, as well as dyslexia, as well as anything within the autistic realms, these are all particularly useful and evolutionary ways of plugging into greater consciousness and the wisdom that abounds beyond the three-dimensional reality. Those that think differently are actually born to lead, whether they are in front of crowds of thousands of people or not. They are leading because they are causing within themselves one of the spiral jumps that the conduit Jennifer had spoken about earlier. They will have to learn how not to be in the normal path of things, and in their journey of becoming and learning how to navigate this world, they will have times where they wish that they felt that they fit in more. However, they were not born to fit in, and you were not born to fit in. You were not born to fit in with humanity. In humanity, it asks for people to try to belong, and that requires a certain paradigm for thinking. However, because you are making quantum leap after quantum leap in so many paradigms of how this world runs itself, the old ways of navigating the world with respect to money and socioeconomic ideas and ideas around the ecology and ideas around the political system, all of these ideas are being broken down. And the people that will be on the forefront and the ways of thinking that are facilitating a shift and your ability to plug into this new world are the ones that you have called neurodivergent. If you imagine that, for instance, attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder, it is not a disorder. It is a genius brain that is able to focus on many things at once, which schools are not built for. There is nothing wrong with these children. There is only a venue that is less evolved than to be able to handle and to be able to assist these children to flourish.